you just mentioned another kind of sneaky thing, which is mold. So I used to think that mold was most prevalent when you saw it be really loud, when you were having major increase in allergies or major increases in illness or chronic sinus stuff or just really significant symptoms. But in the last year or two, I've taken much more interest in mild to moderate mold or sneaky, where it's just, man, you are going to have relapsey symptoms or just annoying things if you're exposed to some fungus and whatnot, because you already have almost like a community inside of you. So I wanted to talk to you about was some of the weirdest symptoms that you see. People will ask me this, and I've been trying to develop a little bit more of a streamlined questionnaire, but it just touches every system so much. So some fun but weird symptoms I see are like the tongue sores, especially from citric acid, because citric acid may be grown on mold or it may come from a good source, or itching at the back of the head or neck, especially at night, which can be partially parasites. Like you said, parasites are more active at night. I wanted to ask about that. So that's why we sometimes see itching increase overnight. But what are some of the kind of funkiest symptoms from mold that people wouldn't necessarily think is from mold?
So thinning of the crown of the head, thinning of the hair there, especially for men. If you got to think about it, if you have something inflammatory in your cranial cavity or sinus cavity, that inflammation absolutely affects the hair growth there too. So I've definitely seen what people might consider balding or thinning of the hair due to mold exposure. I've definitely seen like pins and needles sensations, like what we would call neuropathy in the field, but it feels like static shocks or pins and needles sensations on the arms and legs, especially when people lie still at night. And that's literally mitochondrial damage happening. Another famous one, a lot of people out there may not know this, but it's famous with practitioners, is the inability to hold the urine. So mold inhibits something called antidiuretic hormones. So when that's inhibited, the floodgates open. It's the same hormone that's inhibited when someone is drinking. So it's a little bit like running to the bathroom because you have to break the seal. And this really bothers people because they get up 3 or 4 times in the middle of the night often to do this. Severe anxiety, severe depression. I mean, they've linked major depressive disorder to mold as well. They even think that ghost sightings and some hallucinations can be due to mold.